Holly Willoughby has long been a familiar presence in British homes. Someone viewers feel they know, even if they've never met her. She represents something rare in modern celebrity culture: consistency without stagnation, glamour without distance, and confidence without performance. So when photographs of her enjoying a quiet beach holiday appear online, they spark more than passing interest. They prompt conversation, reflection, and admiration that reaches far beyond fashion or fame. These images don't demand attention through shock or spectacle. Instead, they quietly draw people in because they feel honest. They show a woman at ease with herself, comfortable in her own skin, and unburdened, at least for a moment, by the expectations that come with life in the spotlight. In a world obsessed with curated perfection, these simple, sunlit moments resonate deeply, reminding people why authenticity remains one of the most powerful forms of beauty. A familiar face beyond the studio lights. For years, Holly Willoughby has been welcomed into living rooms across the country, not as a distant celebrity, but as someone who feels approachable and real. On television, she laughs easily, listens with genuine interest, and connects with people without pretense. And that same quality carries through when she steps away from the studio lights. Her holiday photos don't feel like a continuation of her on-screen persona. They feel like a glimpse of the person behind it. There's no sense of performance, no need to impress or impress upon. Instead, viewers see someone enjoying the simple pleasures of time off, sun, sea, and stillness. That familiarity is powerful because it reinforces trust. People don't feel they're looking at a constructed image. They feel they're seeing the same warmth they've come to associate with her over the years. It's this continuity between public and private that makes her presence feel authentic rather than manufactured. Why holiday photos capture more than attention. Holiday photos of celebrities often attract attention, but not all attention is equal. In Holly Willoughby's case, the interest doesn't stem from controversy or excess. It comes from recognition. These images resonate because they show something many people crave, but rarely see in the public eye: ease. There's no dramatic styling, no forced glamour, and no attempt to create a moment bigger than it needs to be. Instead, there's a quiet confidence that feels grounded and sincere. People respond to that because it feels refreshing in a media landscape filled with exaggeration. The photos don't ask viewers to aspire to an unrealistic ideal. They simply show someone enjoying her life, but about seeing a reflection of something familiar: contentment, comfort, and the joy of stepping away from routine for a while. The meaning behind the "make sure you're alone" phrase, the playful phrase often attached to Holly's beach photos, "make sure you're alone before looking," may sound provocative at first glance, but its real meaning is far more nuanced. It's less about scandal and more about anticipation, a kind of cultural shorthand that acknowledges confidence rather than controversy. When people use it, they aren't implying anything inappropriate. They're responding to the quiet impact of seeing someone so visibly comfortable with herself. The phrase reflects how unusual it has become to see public figures presented without heavy filters, extreme posing, or overt messaging. Holly's images stand out because they don't push boundaries, they soften them. The phrase becomes a wink rather than a warning, signaling admiration wrapped in humour. It reveals more about modern expectations than about the images themselves, highlighting how rare genuine ease has become in a world dominated by performance and spectacle. Beachwear that reflects personality, not pressure. Holly Willoughby's beachwear choices feel like a natural extension of the style she's known for on television, timeless, tasteful, and quietly confident. She doesn't dress to chase trends or dominate headlines. She dresses in a way that feels comfortable and true to her personality. Whether she opts for classic silhouettes or soft, understated colors, there's a sense that the clothes are serving her, not the other way around. That distinction matters. In an era where fashion is often used as a tool for visibility or provocation, Holly's approach feels grounded and refreshing. Her swimwear doesn't shout for attention. It simply exists with ease. This makes it relatable. Many women see her choices and think, I could wear that. Not because it's aspirational, but because it's realistic. It reinforces the idea that style doesn't need to be loud to be meaningful. A refreshing perspective on celebrity body image. Celebrity body image is often framed in extremes, swinging between unattainable perfection and deliberate rebellion. Holly Willoughby occupies a space that feels far more human. Her holiday images don't feel like statements or counterstatements. They feel like life. There's no sense of obsession with appearance, nor any attempt to make a point. She looks healthy, relaxed, and present, which is precisely why people respond so positively. This quiet normalcy subtly challenges unrealistic standards without ever addressing them directly. By simply being herself, Holly offers an alternative narrative, one where bodies are not projects to be perfected, but vessels to be lived in. That message lands gently but powerfully, providing reassurance rather than pressure. It shows that representation doesn't always need to be loud to be meaningful. The power of unscripted moments. One of the most compelling aspects of Holly's beach photos is how unscripted they feel. These aren't red carpet appearances or carefully planned shoots. They're moments of ordinary joy. Walking along the shoreline, laughing freely, enjoying the sun, these are experiences people recognize from their own lives. That sense of shared experience creates connection. Viewers don't just see a celebrity, they see a person enjoying time away from responsibilities. In a digital world where so much content feels curated to the point of exhaustion, authenticity stands out. Holly's joy doesn't feel staged or strategic, it feels spontaneous. That spontaneity is what makes the images memorable. They remind people that happiness doesn't always come from big milestones, but from allowing yourself to pause and be present. Grace under relentless public scrutiny. Living in the public eye means being constantly observed, analysed, and judged. Yet Holly Willoughby has navigated that reality with remarkable composure. Even in moments that could easily invite commentary, she maintains a sense of dignity that feels effortless. Her holiday images don't respond to expectations or criticism, they simply exist. That refusal to engage in narrative control is quietly powerful. She doesn't explain herself or attempt to justify her choices. Instead, she trusts that authenticity speaks louder than commentary. In an industry that often rewards reinvention and reaction, her steadiness feels grounding. It reinforces why so many people respect her. Not just for her work, but for the way she carries herself under pressure. Fashion as expression, not performance. Holly Willoughby's relationship with fashion, especially in relaxed, off-duty moments, feels rooted in self-expression rather than performance. Her choices don't appear calculated to spark headlines or fuel commentary. They feel personal, instinctive, and comfortable. This distinction matters because fashion, when used as expression, becomes an extension of who someone is, rather than a costume they put on for approval. Holly wears clothes that align with her lifestyle and state of mind, not pieces that demand attention or validation. That authenticity is what makes her style resonate. It communicates balance and self-awareness, suggesting a woman who knows herself well enough to dress for her own comfort instead of external expectations. In a culture where fashion is often treated as a competitive sport, her approach is quietly refreshing. It shows that style doesn't need to be dramatic or provocative to be impactful. Sometimes the strongest statement is simply wearing what feels right and letting confidence do the rest. A role model without intention. Holly Willoughby has never positioned herself as a spokesperson for body confidence, self-love, or empowerment. Yet she embodies those values in a way that feels genuine and unforced. She doesn't deliver speeches or frame her image as a statement. She simply lives openly and authentically. That quiet approach is precisely what makes her influence so effective. People don't feel instructed or lectured. They feel inspired through observation. By embracing herself without explanation or justification, Holly becomes a role model without trying to be one. Her confidence isn't performative or declarative. It's consistent and lived. This kind of influence is subtle but powerful because it allows others to draw their own meaning without pressure. It shows that confidence doesn't need to be announced or defended. It can exist quietly, shaping perceptions simply by being present. Nothing to hide, nothing to prove. Holly Willoughby's holiday photos aren't about spectacle, shock, or scandal. They capture a woman enjoying her life with quiet confidence and ease. They celebrate comfort over perfection, authenticity over performance, and joy over expectation. In a culture that often demands explanation and justification from women, Holly offers none. And that refusal is quietly powerful. She isn't trying to prove anything or control a narrative. She simply exists as she is. That sense of freedom is what people respond to most. She has nothing to hide and nothing to prove. And in a world that rarely grants women that space, her example feels both refreshing and deeply inspiring.